thoughts on how that went. Um, it was quite a few different events. I kind of did like a short recap for my mom, but long story short, for the recap that I gave her, basically when I first I decided to go to the beach to sell my music today. I miss California and I'm in Houston, so I went to Galveston. Galveston's like an hour from Houston. And when I got to Galveston, there was the beach, and I was like, okay, I could walk up and down the boardwalk, and it felt nice outside, but it said it was supposed to rain, and it was kind of gloomy just a little bit, so I decided to go in Walmart first. And when I got in Walmart, the vibe totally different than downtown Houston, totally different than the suburbs in Houston, totally different than Dallas and LA. And I mean, it was kind of similar to LA, but not really. Like, it was just different. And so when I went there, first of all, a lot of people are out of jobs right now because of COVID. And out here in Houston, a lot of people have jobs. So I get to sell a lot quicker than I did when I went out there. But I went to Walmart, went inside. One of the first few people I tried to sell to, maybe it was like my fourth or fifth customer, they had said yes. Well, the guy said yes, but he was there with like 3 kids and his wife. And I cried. Like, I think she thought that I was trying to like get at her husband or something, but I literally saw her out the corner of my eye in the next aisle over, really close to where like the same side, pretty much on the other side of the produce, like right here. She could hear it. She could hear everything I was saying. And then she said she was subscribed to my YouTube channel. I hope she does, and I hope she sees this video because like I never have intentions to talk to anybody's man, and I was literally just trying to like sell my music to share my gift with people. That's my purpose on this earth. And I thought that her kids would enjoy it because she had like 3 of them, and they're old enough to comprehend what's going on. But there's no curse words in my new album, so that's the album I was trying to sell to them. And she walked up after he had already said yes and went, "No, we're not interested. Thank you." I was like, "Ma'am, there's always a way to talk to people. That wasn't the proper way to talk to people." And then at the same time, I know you heard what I was saying. So I did not come at him like, "Hey, baby," or like I was like, "Hi, my name is Desiree. I'm a musician. I have this music. Check it out. It's dope. I'm selling it for this. I got 8 videos too to go with my projects. Like, please support my black business." He talking about, "Yeah, no problem. Let me get 10. Hold on 1 second." She comes out of nowhere just yelling, and it literally reminded me of this bad experience I had at this place called Turkey Leg Hut. But I think that's in a previous video. I might post it. I might not. I don't know. They pissed me off, and I'll never go to Turkey Leg Hut, but we'll leave it at that for now. Then after talking to them, I'm like, okay, so I just try to hold it together. And after I gave them all the information to check out my YouTube, I just went to go cry. I like walked away from them literally and just like could not stop crying. I don't know if it's because I'm a girl, because it's that time is about to come, or what, because I'm not on nothing, but I just could not stop crying. Like, I tried so hard. I literally went up to the next person to try to sell, and I still had tears coming down that I was trying to like ignore and hope they didn't see, or just act like they pretended to not see. So why the next person I decided to go up to ended up being somebody who is like security or something there. Bro, so horrible. I was like, okay. He was like, "Actually, we can't have you." He let me go through the whole like spiel, and then he was like, "Actually, we can't have you selling your music." I've had this speech. I've heard this speech many, many, many times. I've gotten kicked out of a few different malls and like establishments for trying to sell my music. So I already knew what they were getting at, but this was the first time I stood up for myself because I'm like, I done drove an hour. All y'all have is Walmart, really. Y'all don't really have any like mall in Galveston. Y'all got one like on the outside, but I have to go across the bridge. All of that takes like 40 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. And I'm over here by the actual beach and sand. Just leave me alone. Like, let me do what I need to do. So I literally was like, look, sir, did somebody tell you that I was selling my music? He said, no. I said, okay, so the only way you knew that I was selling my music was from me just talking to you, correct? He goes, well, yeah. I said, okay, well, you're black, I'm black. So can I just walk that way and we just act like that didn't happen? And he goes, you know what? Yeah. And if somebody comes up to me, I will have to ask you to leave. I was like, okay, well, that's fine. Like, but leave me alone because I'm not doing nothing wrong and I'm just trying to sell my music. So he let me go. And that was like the first time that's ever happened. Like, that was the first time I actually said something back and was just like, come on. Like, this is like maybe the fifth, sixth black person that's like dry-headed and try to get me out of somewhere, and it didn't have nothing to do with them, and they were like being a mall cop, Paul Bart, or like a Uncle Tom, or whatever you want to call it, because it's just like nobody said nothing. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm not making nobody mad, so why are you mad? Because I'm living out my dream? Because I'm doing what I love to do? Because I'm doing what I want to do? Because I get to get up every day when I feel like it and smile. You know, I do get up early still. So that was weird, but it was a blessing. Then, because a couple days before that, I got kicked out of this other place. We'll talk about that later. So I leave Walmart after selling a little bit more, after he let me go. And then I decided to go to like the boardwalk, sold over there. Then I was like, let me look up black-owned places, because usually, like, black-owned places are pretty cool about me selling. So I found a whole bunch of them, and the most black one looked like a barbecue shop place, and it was like a little hole in the wall in Galveston, black-owned. And when I went there, it was giving me anxiety because it was popular. It was like popular, but the people in there didn't look like they would listen or even try to understand what I was saying, really. Like, maybe the two people that worked there, but because they were kind of busy helping like white people, I felt a little weirded out and I just left because I didn't want to interrupt what they were doing with them, and they looked really high maintenance and extra with everything, and then the people looked like they were like busy, not racist at all, but it just looked, they were running, and the lady was like asking for stuff, and it just looked like it was a mess. So I didn't want to try to ask, definitely not finna try to sell my music to the people that were sitting down, but I definitely was not about to like bother them while they were trying to work. So I left there, and then I went and started selling my music, right, again. And I was like, okay, I'll go to another black-owned spot. There was 2 other black-owned restaurants I didn't try to go up to yet. So I drive to the other one, and there's a guy there that's like outside of this house before I get there. And he's fixing stuff. He's fixing something like outside of this house or whatever. And so, long story short, I went up to the guy, and he bought my album. But after he bought it, I walked off. Then there was another guy outside of another house working on that house, I guess, or something like that. And so, same thing. He, no, he didn't. Did he buy it? Yeah, he bought it, but he bought it for like half the price because he didn't have the full amount. And I was feeling generous, especially since it's my purpose. And sometimes I will like let somebody make it with like 5, just if they seem super interested and like supportive and loving, and they just don't have it. So I let the guy I learned that from DJ Nika. Shout out to DJ Nika, because she told me, if somebody give you half for something, if ain't nobody else in line to get it for full price, give it to that person for half. So I learned that from her. Shout out to her interviews, and follow these artists if y'all want to check out who DJ Nika is. But don't click off this video because I'm not done talking. So, but I am almost done. So yeah, after that, I go to this other guy. Yeah, and he gives the five, right? So then I always try to remember people's names. I'm like, "What's your name?" He says, "Well, I can't say his name because then that it kind of tells on me." But there's this guy that I'm in love with that I've been dealing with for many years, and he just doesn't get it, and I don't know if he ever will get it, and tired of trying to help him get it. Um, Being faithful and just trying to do stuff the right way, and I think he hasn't matured all the way, I guess, or something, and so um, since we started having our stuff going on, just with communication issues, I started getting therapy, and I asked God to show me what to do, and we're taking a space, and in this space, I kind of asked God to also like reveal to me if He's the one or not, right? And this might sound crazy to some of you, but to me, I don't know. It's like I see His name every single day, and He does have kind of a common name. I'm not gonna lie, but I have a lot of friends with common names, and I don't see their names all the time, even if stuff happens or there's like, I don't know. And I feel like I'm young. Well, I know I'm young, but I feel like I have time, I guess, to like figure out if he's the one or not. But there's no way for me to figure that out if stuff is the way it is right now. So, kind of just taking a space from it. But I am realizing that God is still bringing His name around, and so the guy had the same name, and I couldn't help it. I just started crying. Like, I could not help it. I had to apologize to the guy because it was just an emotional day. It was good. It was healing because it was like beach air and just like it was like a nice long drive. I could play my music and sing Mariah Carey really loud and hit or miss the notes, and nobody was there to like look at me crazy or laugh at me. And so after that was over, well, the guy tried to give me some advice, but he didn't really know my situation completely. So a wise man has many advisors, but it is advice. So you take what you take and you throw the rest away, just like salt. My homegirl told me, Destiny, she said advice is like salt. Too much of it could kill you. So yeah, took some of it with me, threw the rest in the trash can. Shout out to you though, if you watching. I don't know if you, I think you did subscribe, but yeah. And then after that, I had to give myself a break because I was just like drained after that, like from crying so much and everything. But I was like, let me try one more black owned place, right? Family. I probably should have put this at the beginning of the video, but I might just attach some of it so you can see because this is crazy. And I'm tired of it. And I go to a lot of black owned places and try to get, sell my stuff, and a lot of them are cool and receptive to me doing that, and they always, if they can't purchase it, they make an appointment for the purchase, or they just tell me go around and sell and come back later, or come anytime, that sort of thing. Tattoo shops, barber shops, hair salons, stores, restaurants, bars. If it's black owned, they're cool about it. Parties, everything. And most of the time, except for turkey leg hut. So I get there, I'm like, okay, it's a black owned tattoo shop. I'll try to look to see if there's pictures. I don't really see any pictures. So I go in the door, nobody's in the front. So I'm waiting, somebody comes out, and it's a white guy. I was like, hi, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the owner. He goes, oh, I'm the owner. What? How are you the owner, family? I mean, I'm Irish too, but Nah. How you the owner? Like, how are you the owner? How? So I asked him, I'm gonna put the name of the place too at the bottom because we had a little small conversation after that too, and I want to make sure that this gets taken care of. So if anybody else sees this, or if anybody's aware of this, or knows anybody else that's doing this, please put them on blast because this is not okay. So I literally looked up black-owned places in Galveston, Texas. This tattoo place comes up. I go inside. I ask him, are you the owner? Wait, no, I ask him, where's the owner? He says he's the owner. Then I go, oh. And he was like, how can I help you? I said, well, I usually go to black-owned places and try to sell my music. But I would never, no shade, because I have had Anglo people buy my music before. But I would never go up to an Anglo person to sell my music. It's usually from them overhearing me talking to an African American person. No shade, I can't take it. My heart, I've been through so much with them, and I know 90% of the time the person's gonna say no. I just know that for a fact, and I've seen it. So yeah, the guy goes, oh, you sell your music at black-owned places. Okay, well, thank you. See you later. Like, I already knew you weren't gonna get it, but the dismissive behavior is not okay either. And then at the same time, you're a business owner, right? And I don't have not one tattoo, not one. But I have gone to establishments that were Mexican-owned tattoo parlors. He still supported and purchased my music. The dude pretended to be nice to me. So I said, is this place black owned? Like, how is it saying that it's black owned? He goes, oh, it's black supported. I said, oh, it's black supported? It's black supported. That's wonderful. We support everything, don't we, guys? Don't we? We support everything. Wonderful to hear that, isn't it? So it's black supported, but you don't want to support the black person that just came in with their music to try to talk to you about their music. Gave up because they saw that it wasn't black owned, but you got black owned plastered all over Google, so you can confuse people. So if somebody goes to visit Galveston, which usually is just visitors there, because it's dirty ass water, excuse my French, but we're Houstonians. Ain't nobody about to be swimming in that Galveston water except for people that are newbies and ain't been here before or flying from somewhere else. All you gonna do maybe is get on the little Ferris wheel thing. And it was such a gloomy day outside. It was nothing but people who flew here from somewhere, because we still open, because we don't care about COVID as much as other states. But what you're not gonna do is have that you're black owned for your restaurant on your Google SEO search like that. So I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, so it's black supported. So black people come in here, spend their money with you, but you don't want to spend your money with the black people, right? That's what you're saying, pretty much, right? Loser? Okay. So I start to walk out the door, and I'm like, okay, there is Jesus in me. There is God in me. But I keep having to tell myself, now that I'm an adult, because I used to be a freaking doormat, we're not going to let him just get away with this. Like, we cannot let him get away with this. So I turned around and I said, and you need to take that off of Google, that you're black owned, because you're not. And he said, oh, okay, I'll take it off. So I'm going to put his name right here at the bottom of the screen so you can see what his name is, and we'll check periodically to see if he took it off or not. And any other business that's trying to do that, say that you're black owned and you're not, because I've seen it in some places in Houston too. I just don't have the time or energy to go back to them to see and all that. But half of them, family, if you black owned, when you go to the picture area of that place that you're looking up on the map or whatever, on Google Maps at least, or if you're just looking through like google.com on a Google search for a certain place and the pictures come up, a lot of these places are saying that they're black owned, but then it's pictures plain as day showing that it's white owned. on your business if you're not black owned. We go through enough, honey. And you don't need to be confusing people, confusing their gas, confusing their black dollars for your little funky business and you're not black. Not half black. Not a third black. Yeah, the Irish are the black of the white people, but if there was a police officer that drove by and 2 cars were speeding and he could see the inside of both cars, which car is he going to pull over first, do you think? From all that training. It doesn't matter if it's a black police officer, from my experience, or a white police officer. They're still going to pull over the black person driving. They're going to see your little red hair and let your little funky butt go. You, funky. Not all Irish, because I'm Irish. My last name's McKinney. I got freckles. My daddy got freckles. His eyes changed colors, all that good stuff. But you're not going to put that you're black owned on your business in Texas. Not in my Texas, baby. So, after that, I couldn't anymore. I was done for the day. So, after that, I just drove home, sang my gospel music home, came home and tried to focus on my online stuff. So, I put my Patreon channel together. It's up. I'll be using it as a place to do video diaries for how my day was, kind of like today, how today was. So you can go to my Patreon channel and see my videos. I'm going to be posting kind of like diaries like this of what happened during the day, but it feels good to get that out because, like, I keep all of that stuff in my head. There was another lady who had clothes on for a funeral, like, and I was just talking about that in another video, how, like, people will be, like, dressed for a funeral or something, and they'll, like, they still want to get my music, and they still be super sweet, but they be broke, like, because, you know, you got to pay for the funeral. And if she subscribed, shout out to you, God bless you, and I'm praying for you and your strength, and I just felt all of that, like, I felt all that sadness. It was her sister, like, I have sisters, and I just felt it. I felt all of that, and I was done. So I got home, put some holy oil on, then took me a little bath, and I passed it out with my little eye goggle things on. What are they called? The little sleepy thing? I don't know. I'm gonna get it. Hold on. I am such a tomboy. These little things. Yeah, I got it like as a gift one time from this like women retreat I needed to go to that I went to. But yeah, I think I'm done talking. That was pretty much it. But I'll see y'all on the next video. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Click the little thing, the bell notification at the top. You have to click the first one. The first one's gonna actually give you notifications on all the videos instead of get notifications on videos here and there. That helps me out, and in turn I appreciate your support. I will help you out however I can. Contact me if you'd like to. I have shows, I have music, I have merch, vegan lipstick, vegan lip gloss. It's dope. Check it out, and I'll see y'all on the next video. And stay black if you black, and stay white if you white, and let's not confuse the two unless we're mixed up in both, you know what I'm saying? But if you're mixed, then you can say that it's a black owned place because you know that little drop. You know what that little drop do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but God bless y'all, and we'll see you on the next video.
Make sure you hashtag Gotta Stay Focused Challenge for your chance to enter for your $1,000.